What's up everybody, I am Jaspreet Singh and welcome to the Minority Mindset. Would you let someone else like, I don't know, your neighbor decide how you get to live your life in the future? Hey neighbor, I don't think you should be going on vacation to California. I think you should stay at home where I can watch you. Chances are you don't want to rely on your annoying neighbor to be able to live your life. So shouldn't we apply this logic to other things as well? Like Social Security? I know you've been paying into it, I get it. But you're not in control over it and you don't want to rely on that one thing to be able to live your life. I mean, it's like somebody else, like Thanos holding the Infinity Gauntlet. Don't rely on Thanos. In the past, things like Social Security and pensions were pretty much the backbone for retirement. And I mentioned this before, but we are in a new economy. And if you keep managing your money today the way people did 2 generations ago, you are setting yourself up for a long road of painful failure. So today, let's talk about what's happening with Social Security. This way you know how to use your money so you can plan for your future. And before we get into it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button below, just below the screen, and subscribe to the Minority Mindset YouTube channel. This way you don't miss our new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Alright, so the reason people have been freaking out about Social Security is because now Social Security is taking in less money than they are paying out. In 2018, Social Security revenue or taxes brought in $912 billion and Social Security spent $991 billion. So we're talking about a loss of almost $80 billion in just 1 year. And so the government had to go and borrow money from somewhere else in the government to pay for people to retire. If you go out and start a business and you make $50,000 and then you go and spend $100,000, you're not going to be in business too long. I mean, maybe you can get a loan or maybe you can get an investment to keep you afloat for a little while, but eventually if you don't make a profit, you know what's gonna happen. Right now, the Social Security loss isn't too big of a deal because Social Security has had a surplus in the past and they just started losing money, so Social Security can borrow money from the surplus that they had before. But unless you fix the root of the problem's just gonna spread like a nasty odor. Nowadays, people are living longer, so Social Security is having to pay out benefits for a longer amount of time for people that are getting Social Security, and baby boomers, which are a huge portion of the population, are now hitting that retirement age where they can draw money out of Social Security. So the Social Security fund has a lot of money going out and not enough money coming back in. The question really isn't, is Social Security gonna die? Because I mean, the government can just raise your taxes so you can pay for someone else to retire, or they can just go out and borrow money from the Fed so they can fund Social Security. And whether these things are right or the financially smart thing to do is a completely separate topic. The real question is it worth it for you to rely on or expect Social Security benefits even though you've been paying money into it? Because according to Nationwide, 1 out of 4 Americans are expecting to be able to live comfortably off of their Social Security benefits alone. 1 out of 4 Americans. It's crazy, I know. I feel like my heart skips a beat every time I hear things like that. Let's talk just facts. Whether Social Security taxes go up or down, there is a very high chance that your Social Security benefits will go down, especially if you're under the age of 45 right now. I actually went onto the Social Security website to see what kind of benefits a millennial who's 31 years old today can expect to receive from Social Security. Based on today's numbers, if you're 31 in 2019 and you make $55,000 a year, the estimated Social Security benefits you will get when you're 62 is $1,393 a month. But if you wait until you're 67 to start pulling money out, then you can get $2,003 a month. And if you wait until you're 70 to start pulling money out, then you qualify for $2,484 a month from Social Security, and these numbers are not adjusted for inflation. That's just what the number is today. Now, there are 2 issues with that. First, you have to hope that Social Security benefits will grow with inflation. So Social Security has something called the COLA, which is the cost of living adjustment, and for the last couple years that has been 2.8%. So Social Security has been growing right around inflation for the last couple years, but don't forget that our standards of living have been going up too. You know, now we have smartphones and apps and subscriptions and other things that we want. So not only are the price of things going up with inflation, but our society is wanting and needing more things. Now, I get it. You might not need the newest cell phone, but if you've been working and saving for these golden years of your life, don't you want to finally be able to afford all the nice things you've been wanting your whole life? The second issue is there's a very high probability that the amount of benefits you get will not be 100% of what's expected. So what should you be doing then? Well, let's look at what Social Security is supposed to be. Social Security is essentially supposed to be an investment where you invest 6.2% of your income into this Social Security fund, and then your employer will match your investment with another 6.2%. Wait, before you start yelling at me for calling Social Security an investment, trust me, I don't want to do it either, but just hang tight with me for this example. Then this investment goes into the government's hands and they will try to grow it or do whatever they want with it until you reach retirement age, and then the government will start paying you with monthly cash payments until you ultimately die. This whole model of investing your money today, this way you can create cash flow in the future, makes a lot of sense. The only issue here is that your investment isn't being handled very well. It's kind of like if you hire a money manager that comes up to you and says, "Hey George, how you doing? Just invest $1,000 with me every month and I guarantee I will pay for your retirement with checks every single month." Doesn't sound like a bad deal, does it? And then what happens is your money manager calls you back into their office and they say, "Hey George, how you doing? Long time no see. Listen, I gotta tell you something. You're gonna have to start paying me $1,500 a month now, and I'm not gonna be able to pay for your full retirement. I'm only gonna be able to pay for 75%. Things came up, you know, my kid went to college, I gotta pay for their tuition. You know the deal." Normally, you would take off your slippers and then chase George around his office before you ultimately fired him, but you don't have that option with Social Security. That's why I want you to flip things up. What if this time you go out of your way to invest some of your money into something that will pay you with cash flow, kind of like what Social Security is supposed to do, but this time you work with somebody who's a little bit more reliable and a little bit more money conscious, like, I don't know, yourself? Like, let's say you make the same $55,000 a year as before, and this time you invest 12.4% of your income, which is how much money is going into Social Security when you count your contribution and your employer's contribution, or you invest 15% of your income into a dividend paying stock that pays you a 4% annual dividend, and you don't take these dividends and just go out and spend it. You take these dividends and you reinvest it into the stock to keep buying back more stock, and you do this for your entire career because you don't see your Social Security money until you're old. So you do the same thing here. You just keep investing money into the stock or these stocks, and you keep reinvesting that money to buy more stocks. And now when you're ready to retire, you can start cashing in on these dividends, and you don't have to wait until you're 60 or 70 years old. You can do this whenever you want. All you have to do is go to your broker and say, "I don't want to do this dividend reinvestment anymore. I want to start cashing in on my dividends." So now you have that cash flow. And if your stocks went up, now you'll be sitting on a huge lump sum of money as well, because you've been investing your money every single year and you've been reinvesting your profits, your dividends every single year. So now you got the regular checks like you wanted with Social Security, plus you might be sitting on an investment account worth over $1 million. Not bad. Now, of course, you are never guaranteed to make money when you invest. You might even lose money, but that's where learning about money comes in handy. Or what you can do is you can start putting aside this 15% of your income until you have enough money put aside to go out and buy income producing real estate like an apartment complex. Now you're getting rent checks every single month that you can use to go out and buy more property, and you're getting bigger tax breaks, and you own physical assets. Is it just me, or does that sound a whole lot better than living your life based off of what Social Security checks you may or may not get? The best financial plan is to learn about money. This way you can take charge of your financial future. And even if you don't want to be in charge of managing your money yourself, now you can go and hire the right people because you understand money yourself. And if you're thinking, okay, so how do I learn more about investing? Well, I'll link some videos in the description below where I talk about stock market investing and real estate investing. So if you want to learn more, I'll put those videos in the description for you to check out. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and share it with one friend so we can help spread the word. Don't miss the new videos on entrepreneurship, business, and money every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hit the subscribe button and the notification bell below. That way you actually find out when our new videos are released. And as always, keep hustling.